This is an introduction to SmartOptions Plus, an introduction to what real signals should be with education and learning the in-depth market analysis, TA, and everything crypto related, basically. If you want to learn how to make profits on your own, this is going to be the greatest teaching environment out there. Enjoy. As you've seen with the latest news in the crypto sphere with the Genius Act, America wants to take the lead with all the legislation and many of the strategic Bitcoin reserves that you have, like here with Texas. You're going to see more and more legislation come across that's going to be very pro-Bitcoin. So we're going through a shift. Now the prices aren't moving yet, but that's okay. This is all setting up for the future. And when those prices do start to move, it's going to be absolutely epic. And we'll go more into this in the future. As well, you have places like Thailand and other countries doing different things to lay the groundwork. So anyway, this is an intro to SmartOptions Plus. Enjoy it, and here's the video. The charts, and on this one we have Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has a 1, 2, 3 pattern, as well as a target from before off of the sea monster pattern that went all the way back up to the upper 105K level. Now it went all the way close to around 112 and past the old highs, which were right here in the 109 range. Now that's okay. None of that really matters. I'm going to show you much larger targets, but I'm going to save that for future videos. For this one on SmartOptions Plus, I'm just going to show you the short-term ranges. And right now we're targeting the low 93 to upper 92K range. That makes the most sense from what was left from here on this pattern. Now after that, we have Ethereum, and Ethereum is kind of an interesting chart because of the fact that it was the one I decided to short hedge on. Now I short hedged half of my Ethereum, and I play more fast and loose on Ethereum, taking more risk. And the reason why is because this has wider ranges and greater pullbacks. So what I'll likely do is, with the news probably tomorrow morning, I will cover half of this short that I have. And the reason why is because of the fact that this just has larger percentage moves and is more technically sound. Bitcoin is very much burnt out in the chart, and people, you can't really see it. But this one has done everything technically that it can do, including the last time it went down here and hit exactly at this point here in the 76K range, and then went all the way back up to here, and then blew all the way past up to the highs over here. So technically this chart is completely burned out. It can break out to the upside, and again I'll show that in other videos that you'll see what those targets are, and they're very likely to occur. So this has fulfilled everything that it could, and now it's broken this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's trading down to here is the logical target in the 93 to 92K range. These are two support zones and previous targets off of this previous pattern that we had here, for those who remember. Now, with Ethereum, which is far more interesting of a chart and wider ranging, like I said, on a percentage basis, we had this falling wedge, and you could see the points, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You want to go over and pay major attention to the 1, 2, 3 hits of this lower trend line right here. And then this 1, 2, 3 that happened right there, that was an indicator. And then finally your breakout before we had the current move that goes all the way to the start of the rising wedge. When it hit this target, I went over and shorted half of the Ethereum, and I'm targeting all the way down to here. I'll likely cover half of this tomorrow or Tuesday, but we'll see. And it has to be on a certain percentage basis. And I very much go by fib rates, Fibonacci cycles, and percentages of therein of on a lot of these trades. Now the last one I'm going to show you is silver, and silver had hit its target, and this target came from a long time ago. Let's go over and go to a weekly so you can see it. And it hit its target from, we had buys all the way down here when you had this pattern, and way back in the day. But finally, we went over and hit all the way up to 36. And this zone right here, percentage-wise, is basically what we were looking at in the charts going way back when. This point right here, 35 to 36, and even the 37 area up here. This was an attractor. So if you go over and you measure equally the distance of some of the numbers here, you basically get 36 as your main target, and also a percentage of fibs off of these levels from here to here, equated back to 36. Now, again, what are the targets beyond that? We have the 52 range. So I won't go into that, but this first target was hit, and a lot of people that have followed my charts before in the past were wondering when that was going to happen, and now it has. And the next target up is all the way up to around 52. So we'll keep an eye on silver. Those are the interesting ones. I could go over and tell you a little bit about GME. This one I'll briefly touch on, simply because I'm just going to throw it as a bonus in the video. But this one, I'm looking from the $21 range, where I was a buyer in previous videos, $21.50 and under. And my main target on this is right up here, as you can see, in the $200 range. So I'm looking for a 10x move all the way up to here, and then even higher as a possibility. This is your next MSTR, and very few people aren't paying attention to it. But there's a lot of institutions buying in the background. So in my opinion, ignoring this price that you see right here is perfectly fine, because this main trend line right here, this red trend line, is what we're going to focus on. And when that breaks, we're going to be looking for numbers that go all the way up to here. So GME is likely going to be a big mover, but there is one caveat to this, and that's Ryan Cohen. It's up to him. He has to show that he's going to continue buying Bitcoin, because that's what's going to cause the price of GME to go higher, whether he knows it or not. So anyway, that's it for the charts, and you've seen what I'm looking for. You've seen my ideas. Short term, right now, the main thing we're looking for is for Ethereum to drop back and go all the way down to the $1,700 range, and we'll see when that happens. I'll be back in other videos, and I'll see you in the next one.